Hey, this is Todd. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word. You know, we're going through the book of Genesis, and we're talking about Abram. And I like the story of Abram because he's a lot like I am and like you are. That he's seeking God, but he makes mistakes along the way. And he's not a perfect guy, but he still loves the Lord and is still trying hard to follow after him. We've seen in some past episodes where he went into Egypt and which God had not called him to do. And today we're going to see him take what I would say the high road. And today I'm calling the message here, Abram takes the high road. And it's taken from Genesis 13:5 through 13. So if you have your Bibles, you can follow along here. Verses 5 through 13. How about that? 13 of 13. Now Lot, who was moving about with Abram, also had flocks and herds and tents. But the land could not support them while they stayed together, for their possessions were so great that they were not able to stay together. And quarreling arose between Abram's herders and Lot's. The Canaanites and Perizzites were also living in the land at the time. So Abram said to Lot, "Let's not have any quarreling between you and me, and between your herders and mine, for we are close relatives. Is it not the whole land before you? Let's part company. If you go to the left, I'll go to the right. If you go to the right, I'll go to the left." Lot looked around and saw that the whole plain of the Jordan toward the Zoar was well watered, like the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt. This was before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. So Lot chose for himself the whole plain of the Jordan and set out toward the east. The two men parted company. Abram lived in the land of Canaan, while Lot lived in the cities of the plain and pitched his tents near Sodom. Now the people of Sodom were wicked and were sinning greatly against the Lord. Okay. What I want you to see here from this passage here today is this: Abram took the high road. We talked already how Abram and Lot went together to the promised land. And God only called Abram. He didn't call Lot to go there, and he didn't call Abram's father to go there. But Abram took him along, which I believe wasn't necessarily in God's plan for him to come along. And he was an orphan, but he was an adult at that time. Okay, and he had acquired a lot of stuff just like Abram had here. And you're going to see that. When you compare Abram and Lot, Abram was a person that was following the Lord and seeking the Lord, okay? Where Lot wasn't. Abram was building all kinds of altars. Lot never ever built an altar, okay? And you're going to see as we continue on through Genesis how Abram, his faith in God continued and increased, and how God blessed him. And then you see Lot. And we'll talk about this a lot more in future episodes, how he got closer and closer to sin, and that became a mess for him. Okay? But today, I want to point out that when the choice was given, Abram was more concerned with the relationship with Lot than he was about the stuff. And he said, "Hey, let's not fight together." And he was there. Those two guys were there. And it says that the other people in the land were there. They were watching, and they were seeing this fighting going on. Okay? And but Abram, he was wanting to resolve this. And he said, "Hey, you know what? If you pick out the land that you want, and then I'll take whatever's left. I'll go. If you want the good stuff over here to the right, I'll go to the left." Okay? The question I have for you is, God gave the land to who? God gave the land to Abram. He never gave it to Lot. He didn't say, make these promises earlier on like, "Hey, Abram, go take Lot with you and go to the promised land, and then I'll divide the land up between the two of you." Never ever said that, okay? But God gave the land to Abram. But when he gets here, he gets in this kind of pickle with Lot. He brought him, and like, oh great, now he's got all the stuff, and the land's not big enough to support all of us. So what am I to do? Well, he takes the high road rather than say, "You know what? God gave me the land. You just might as well just move yourself on out of here. Get on down the road." No, he said, you know what, you take what you want here, and then I'll take whatever's left over. And that was taking the high road. You're going to see when we talk about tomorrow's episode that the Lord blesses Abram, okay? And he does it right after this. He never goes to Lot and goes, oh, yeah, I'm going to make you, I'm going to bless you. Never does that, okay? So in the same way, you're going to run into things in your life, and you're going to have a choice, like, do I take what's lawfully mine and do that, or do I take the high road and give away, and so that's a good example for us, that the land was like rightfully Abram's, okay, and he was the patriarch in this family at that time. He could have said, I'm the oldest. I'm your uncle or not cousin. I'm the oldest cousin here, and Lot was his nephew. So I can do whatever I want. You just skedaddle. But he didn't. He took the high road, and so that's a challenge for each of us to take that high road rather than what's lawfully mine. All right. So hopefully that makes sense here. Thanks for watching. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue our journey through the book of Genesis. Lord's blessing. I'll see you then.